and welcome to the WDBF women's match, Argentina versus Hong Kong. I'm Elisa Westman.
I'm Bill Fisher.
And we're happy to be here with you today. It looks like these ladies are still warming up, getting their arms ready. I haven't had a chance to see much of these two teams play yet. Can you tell me anything that you've seen thus far this tournament, Bill?
Yeah, so I haven't seen too much of the Hong Kong women's team, but Argentina was in the opening match against Mexico, and this Argentina team is a first-time team, at least for their women's squad, and they've been super impressive. I talked to Coach Nicolas Arosa actually just before this. Their longest term player is 3 years, but that is by far and away more than anybody else on the team. Everyone else has between 5 months and 3 weeks of experience before playing here. And after I was asking that question, didn't expect that answer because they've been performing so well here. Against the Mexican team, I think it was 8-5, and for a first-time team, that was already a shock, and to hear that was just another double take. So I'm super impressed with them this whole event.
That is very impressive. I was also... Oh, hi.
Hello.
And hi, now you can see us. We've decided to relocate to get a better view so we can give you guys more accurate commentary for the viewers at home. We were just talking a little bit about the Argentina team. I actually had a chance to chat with the Argentina captain at the opening ceremonies. She was saying that they were able to bring about 6 of their players that they usually play with from Buenos Aires, but in order to round out the team, they actually called on some of their Argentinian friends that were expatriates and living here in Mexico to help join them. So they only had a couple days of practice before beginning and kicking off this tournament, but she said that they were really excited, they were ready to come and play, and they were a little nervous about the opening ceremony game, but sounds like it went very well, and so they're a scrappy team from what I've heard.
I was very impressed by them. Coach LaRosa seems to be very impressed by them. I'm excited to see what they can do now against Hong Kong too. From what I've heard, this Hong Kong team has been pretty amazing as well, so I'm hoping this is going to be a good match.
Well, it looks like they're about to get ready to start.
Looks like we have about 30 seconds before the match begins. Just about. Yeah, we see the refs starting to take their place, and we'll get you the view of the court instead of the back of our heads.
Should we move? So, do you want to come this side?
Once again, for those following at home, you can find us on all the social medias as the World Dodgeball Federation. You can watch us on Twitch, on YouTube. I believe we had Facebook Live earlier. Don't know if that's still up. But if you're watching us on one of those platforms, please subscribe. This tournament will be going through Sunday when the grand finals happen. Playoffs begin on Saturday, and every day we start at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Yes, and I know that if you guys had any questions or wanted to see anything specific, wanted to maybe even see some special player interviews, you can request that through the USA Dodgeball page. I know that we're checking that, and through the WDBF Facebook page. So if you guys have any special requests, please do let us know, and maybe we can just make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we're about to get started here. You want to, let's go over the rules quick. So those of us that have just joined us for the first time know what's going on. First of all, 6 balls on the court. When the opening rush begins, you only can get the balls on your right side. There's that center line, the line's just outside of there, check lines. The balls have to pass that line before they're allowed to be thrown. If you throw before that, you're out as a player. If you touch any of the sidelines or the center line when you throw, you're out. Those lines are lava. Lisa, anything else the players should know?
A little bit more of a minute detail for shaggers. We have designated shaggers for the WDBF tournaments, so you can see these people in red mesh jerseys. These are the designated shaggers. They are the only people that can touch the balls when they go out of bounds in order to get them back in for their respective teams. And they're off.
Yeah. Hong Kong with an early lead on the court, taking out a player straight ahead. Quick off the rush play, dedicating 2 balls.
Looks like Argentina losing another player. 4 left, 3 left on the court now for them.
Yeah, this Hong Kong side is looking dominant already, taking 3 players out. I think we're not even into the first minute of the game yet.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Hong Kong as far as they came out swinging. They're playing to their own momentum. They're pushing the line. They're kind of setting the tone right now. So we'll see if Argentina can respond to this.
Yeah, definitely setting the pace here. This Hong Kong team is a veteran team. Argentina team, as we talked about. Nice counterplay by Hong Kong. I think that seals game 1.
Oh, it looks like there's one player left on the court for Argentina. A little bit of confusion here. Looks like the refs are chatting.
Oh.
One player still left on the court.
Yeah, okay. A little premature celebration there. All right. Let's see.
5 players still left in for Hong Kong.
Okay, charging them down on the counter, and okay, that'll be the end of game 1.
And that was Daniela Guerlu for Argentina. Still left on the court, finishing out that last game.
Yeah. So interesting, just to describe some of the lines on the courts, because people have had questions about what they were. The furthest back line is for the men's division. That's their back line. The line in from that white line, is for the women's division. And that gray line in front of that is just so that the women also have a warning line, so to speak, that they're coming up on that back line. So that's what the layout of the court is.
There is no neutral zone in WDBF for some of those dodgeball players that are used to playing with a neutral zone. It's a hard middle line. If they step over that, they are out. That secondary line is the 10-foot line, so that if teams want to do a pitch back, they have to clear that line before they can throw a ball at the other side of the court in the beginning of a game.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, we're seeing Hong Kong get off to another fast start, taking another shot off that rush and getting an out. Right now we see 6 players for Hong Kong's side, 5 for the Argentinian side. And the Argentina side has a lot of big arms, so let's see if they can get something with this play. A little bit of a pump fake turned into an accidental throw.
But it's still a solid throw from the Argentinian side. Number 18, I believe that's the captain, Daniela.
Okay. Hong Kong can't connect. Nice dodge by the Argentina side. Argentina approaches. A lot of dedication there. Okay. And a counter by Hong Kong. Gets 1. Hong Kong now going to control the tempo with 4 balls in their control. They can throw 1. They decide to throw 2 as well. Uh-oh. Okay. Stay safe. That's glad to see that. After falling in the middle line there.
It looked like number 11 from Hong Kong got a little stuck on the ground there. That's possibly due to the type of floors that they're playing on here. They're just a little different than players are used to.
Yeah. 1 left on the Argentina side. Let's see if she can come back. This is an intimidating place to be. No one likes to be left alone on the court. Okay, good pressure. Keeping the players safe, not letting an easy throw from that Argentina side. That left side of Hong Kong not having any balls. Here comes the charge and staying safe again. Nice footwork. And okay.
Oh, and taking out a player that's number 11 for Argentina, Amira Neme.
Okay. So she's got 4 balls on her side. 5 balls? 5 balls on her side. Charging down, trying to get the counter. Just good pressure.
And the way possession goes with WDBF is that she only has to throw 1. Even if she has all 6 balls, she has 10 seconds to throw 1 ball.
Yeah. The team with more balls has to throw. After that, the team with more players has to throw. And if that's tied as well, the team that threw last does not have to throw again. Okay, she knocked out 1. Now it's a 4v1. Substantially easier than a 5v1.
Yeah. Neme taking out Cici Lei for Hong Kong.
And a catch!
And a catch. It looks like the refs are discussing that to see if she maybe lost one of the balls she had in possession during that catch.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ref's just going to confirm. Maybe she was scammed or something like that before she made the catch. So she's trying to decide the order of the play and what happened. Been impressed with this Hong Kong side so far. They've been controlling the pressure. They've been controlling the tempo of the game. But I think Argentina will swing back into this. I've seen great things from them so far.
So if the catch is called good, then she would be bringing in her teammate number 18, Daniela.
Yeah. Let's. So if that is a catch, it would go down to a 3-on-1. Win. Okay, that's a win for Hong Kong. She was out before the catch was made. Okay. Score is going to be 2-0 Hong Kong over Argentina.
For those curious on the games going on in the other courts, the USA men are playing Argentina men, and the Italy women are playing Mexico.
Okay, ref's going to discuss something else. We'll see if we can get some information from the sideline. They usually send it up for us, get some context. But we're going into this third game. It looks like there's a little bit over 15 minutes left in this half. Once again, the WDBF format is 2 20-minute halves. And at the end of each half, it goes to no block. But we're far and away from that. We'll explain that as we get closer.
Still 6-on-6, all players still alive.
Yeah, good job by the Hong Kong team there to force out some pressure, not get a big 5-ball play out of the Argentina side. But Argentina still comes up with an out, all that pressure there. Can't connect with that one though.
Yeah, I see quite a few familiar faces from the Hong Kong team. Quite a few veterans, it seems, that have returned back to the world stage this year.
Which ones are catching your eye?
Number 12 from last year.
Okay. Looks like Argentina is the one who has the burden to throw. Nice charge by Hong Kong. Can't connect. Counter, counter, counter. Okay, she's called out. I think that's for her best. She was kind of out in the open there and about to get blasted. Good on the Hong Kong player for holding that ball, saving it for the next play.
So those who didn't know, if a ball is knocked out of your hand by a block, then you are out. So that's what happened there. She went for the block, knocked her own ball out of her hand, and so that is considered an out.
Nice shot onto number 7 of Hong Kong there. Gets beneath the blocker and into the foot shot. That's a very nice throw. Well positioned. Oh, and the double out, trying to go for the deflection catch. That's 2 though. If a ball hits a player and then hits another player, they are both out. In the same respect, you can still come up with that catch though. So hits one player and the second player catches it, it's a catch. Everybody's safe except the person who threw it who's still out the same way.
And number 4 taking out number 11 for Hong Kong. Number 4, the captain for the Argentinian team.
Anil. Okay, Hong Kong on the board again. 3-0. Overall, though, this Argentina team is starting to get their gears going. You know, every game they've been progressively better than the last. So let's see if this team can keep that pace going. Get another match closer and closer than it was in the previous one. Okay, game 4 here. Just over 13 minutes left in this first half.
Looks like Hong Kong went for that pitch back. So what they did there is they had 2 runners run up, throw one to a player that's just behind the 10-foot line so they can get a quick snipe right off the bat. Didn't quite connect, but it's a very smart strategy that you'll see quite a bit here in this tournament.
Yeah, it does a good job of, forcing some mistakes on the rush sometimes too. Every time they do it, they're making that Argentina team a little bit nervous, not letting them feel comfortable on that court at any point. Lisa, who? That is Australia and
Mexico.
Yes.
So my mistake earlier, it's Australia and Mexico women's playing on the far court. Both got all blue jerseys. Hard to see from over here.
Yeah, I love those new Australian jerseys. They pop. What teams have impressed you so far that you've been watching?
I watched the Canada-Malaysia men's game yesterday, which was a very close nail-biter. I know you watched it.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a very exciting game. I mean, I just like to see good dodgeball. It doesn't really matter who's playing. If it's like, exciting and very passionate like that one was, then like it's just fun to watch. Just like exciting, good dodgeball.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that match where there was two very different tactics on the court. Like, so two different philosophies of play, and I was very impressed with that match. Same thing, Australia versus Malaysia. Even though Australia lost, they had the last 4 games in a row. Like, they came out of that with momentum, and they had to feel good with that. Yeah.
There's definitely different types of dodgeball. You'll see here, Hong Kong is a very specific style of dodgeball. They're very difficult to hit. They're big on dodging and blocking. They might not necessarily have the biggest arms in the world compared to some of the other ladies' teams, but if you can't hit them, then they're not going out.
I mean, even if they don't have the biggest arms, so to speak, they are still using that pressure and getting close to you. So they're using that, they feel comfortable in those tight spaces where, maybe Argentina doesn't, so to speak. So using that pressure to their advantage, coming out, being fortuitous, staying alive.
And it takes new teams a while to maybe find what that groove is, what's that best style of play. Argentina being a newer team, next year they're going to come back even stronger and more in their roots and more accustomed to playing against these different styles of dodgeball.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things, like even Canada, the Canadian teams look like they've changed their style up a bit this year, right? So a veteran team like that is always learning and always taking something else. And for these newer teams, they get to play against these, advanced styles, and they kind of get to skip some pages, so to speak, to get to that style and pick things up. So once again, I'm always excited to see these teams return and just how much better they get year after year.
Yeah. Looks like a timeout has been called by Argentina.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of teams take timeouts between like the 11 and 5-minute mark. It's been super beneficial, especially when they've been on the back foot. They make some adjustments. They get a couple games in with those adjustments, and then they make bigger adjustments during the half, and it seems to make a lot of progress and help those teams out. So let's see if Coach La Rosa can give some advice. La Rosa used to be a player on the Argentina men's team, so a lot of experience from him, and let's see if this team can use that advice and take a game off Hong Kong.
Yeah, I was speaking to La Rosa at the opening ceremonies. He was on the Argentina team last year, which was their first time, the men's team coming to the WDBF World Championships, and so he's able to now bring that experience and knowledge of playing against some of these completely different styles of dodgeball and play and bring it back and hopefully bring some information to these ladies to come out swinging.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've already shown it. Literally, the opening match, we said before, they were super impressive. I have to say, for a team that hasn't played as much as a lot of teams, they are extremely impressive.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier about adjusting the different styles of play, I noticed in that Canadian-Malaysian game that the Canadians adjust their play depending on who they're playing against. The way they play against the United States is very different than they play against Malaysia, than they play against Argentina, and that also comes with like time and experience of being able to adjust to whoever your opponent is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to know your strengths and the tools in your toolbox, and for all you, if you think everything looks like a nail, you're only going to use that hammer, but got to use the right tool for the job. So, glad to see the teams adjusting their strategy to the teams at hand. This is ooh, I thought she was going to get that catch.
Very close call there.
Was right to the pocket, had her hands on it, but just couldn't stick.
Hate it when that happens, don't you, Bill? It's right in your bread basket.
See it just out of reach, just a couple inches away.
These balls are foam, so they're very light, and they kind of bounce right off your skin pretty easily. Some of the heavier rubber balls, they tend to have more weight to them. They kind of sink in a little easier to catch, I'd say. So these ones, sometimes they just slip right out of your fingers, and you just hate to see it happen.
They're so fast, too. So that timing, getting your hands up and getting your hands on it is just so tighter. These balls go upwards of like 70, 80 miles an hour, being thrown at you between 25 and 30 feet, and depending on where you're on the court, maybe even closer. So, they're not easy to catch. Also, you hear foam and you think, oh, these must not hurt. If you think that, I ask you to please get hit by one of these top-tier players, and you will realize they have oomph to them. These players know how to throw a foam ball.
So lots of action just took place on the court. Lots of throws back and forth. 2 stepped out for Malaysia, 4 for Argentina, leaving it 4-1.
Good.
Oh, and good throws, taking out another Hong Kong player.
Yeah, good job, staying live on the court, getting low, keeping that ball control, getting the blocks down. Let's see if she can turn this 4-1 into a victory. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Not trying to let her feel comfortable. Forcing the moves onto her, which is nice as well. Nice dodge, jumping over 2. Gets through another one, gets the tag, gets another one, brings it down to a 1-on-1.
This is the exciting dodgeball I like to see. Number 3, Rocio Cantanillo for Argentina.
Okay, 1-on-1. Oh, but she gets tagged. Hong Kong closes out another one. But once again, we're seeing Argentina making these steps forward. It's one of those things, right? Like, even at like the local level, right? You're playing, you lose like 5 in a row, and you almost feel this weight on you. And the second you win 1, it's like there's this big pressure relief, and you can get that momentum again. It's like this weight off your shoulders. So, look to see them once they take 1. Maybe these matches get even closer and closer.
Absolutely. So that was Jasper Chan, number 8 for Hong Kong, closing out that game. We'll see if that a little bit of a boost gives Argentina some energy here. That was a very exciting game. Oh, and taking out a player right off the bat.
Okay, that looks like one of those adjustments. Now they're starting to put some of the pressure on that that initial rush. Good work there, getting the leg of who's it? Is that the same player that was in last at the last game?
Possibly, but right away Argentina has the advantage, 6 players to 5.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can get a catch here, maybe.
Is this the first time they've had a player advantage? I'm not 100% sure, but 5-0 here with just over 8 minutes left. Hard to see the timer from here, but 4 balls for Hong Kong. They get to control the tempo, and they throw 2. Looks like it does connect. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, there's referee Jeremy calling the out. Refs are going to convene and verify. We'll see if, I'm excited to see, okay, there we go. Calling the out, a little frustrated, but, that's what happens. Okay. Is that 7 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, though?
Does look like that, yep. So 5-on-5, even game here.
Yeah, 4 balls for Argentina. They get to control the tempo. Nice pump fakes. Good work.
And taking out one of Hong Kong's players.
Yeah. Super important. If you're wondering why they use pump fakes, they're trying to get them to, overextend, make some big moves, but get themselves in a more vulnerable position, or a position where they can't make another move. If you're in the air, you can't double jump. You can't, jump again. If you're down on your knees, it's harder to jump from that position. So getting them in more vulnerable positions helps them to take better and more efficient throws. So that's what's so important about those pump fakes.
4-on-3, Argentina again with the player advantage. Hong Kong with the balls.
That one player on the Argentina side, I can't see her number right now, but she's holding her arm. Looks like she might be a little hurt. Ooh. And the counter comes through.
2-on-4, Argentina advantage.
Okay, we're getting an update on some of the other scores. Australia versus Mexico is 6-0 in favor of Australia. That's the women's division, right? And then on the other side we have, oh God, USA versus Argentina. USA is up 2-0.
Looks like Hong Kong sniped out number 2 for Argentina. Argentina still with the player advantage, up 3-2, and they also have ball possession at the moment.
Yeah, they have a player advantage. They're looking to get that first win on the board. Once they get that first win, they're going to have that pressure off their shoulder. They're going to have some momentum. Hopefully, they can start turning things around before the half when they make some more adjustments and potentially turning this into a win. They're definitely far from out of this. Ooh, connect, nice counter.
Hong Kong evening it up, making it a 2v2.
Yeah, that was, I think, Kim Kwan, number 20. Yeah, that's Kim Kwan that took that counter shot, putting a lot of pressure, staying safe. And her other corner is can't read the number just yet. That number 5. If so, that's Janice So. So So and Quan coming together to talk, see if they can make the play here. Let's be interesting to see what they do. Double team, staying alive. Nice block by So. Once again, it's on Hong Kong to throw because even though the players are matched up and they have the same number of balls, Argentina did throw last with that counter. And that'll be on Argentina to come together and make that play.
Let's see who they're throwing together. All right.
Ooh,
oh, and it connected.
Yeah, 2-on-1 advantage. Good job putting pressure here, Argentina. Catches right in the middle, stays safe. Good work.
Kim Kwan still left in for Hong Kong.
Nice job with that cross court, putting pressure on both sides. Resets the clock though. Argentina's going to come together and call a play here. Good pump fakes. Balls collide in the air.
That does mean both those balls are dead. When two balls collide in the air, they are dead. Even if they hit a player after, it doesn't matter.
Yep, can't catch them. Nothing. Ooh, dives into it. Caught out in the middle of the court.
And the catch! Beautiful play. Brought that down to a 1v1. Both teams played beautifully there, but Argentina did close that out. Number 5 with the catch for the first point on Argentina's board.
That's one of those plays too, like, you know, Quan has to, you know, I'm sure she brushes that off. You know, a veteran player in that situation should do the exact right thing. Her opponent jumped in the air, got it in her breadbasket and made that catch. Still the right move by her, just her opponent made a great move and came out ahead with that victory. You know, sometimes just because you don't come ahead on a play doesn't mean you didn't make the right move. So glad to see that Argentina's on the board though, getting those gears turning. So let's see if they can carry that momentum into this next game.
Yeah, Hong Kong right off the bat went for the snipe and they did connect. It looks like they're trying to get an early advantage. Not let Argentina get any momentum running here, but we'll see how Argentina responds.
Yeah, got to put the brake on that momentum if they want to come out with this win. Another tag though in that corner. That was Melanie Adair, the corner, left corner for Hong Kong, getting tagged out again. Nice play there, staying in bounds too. That's number 4, Anil for Argentina. Great move there. Anil is that the captain of Argentina? Not a surprise that she's making some incredible moves and getting to wear that C patch.
5 left on the court for Hong Kong and 5 for Argentina as well. Oh, looks like number 5 stepping out.
Coincidentally, as we say that. Nice counter there by Hong Kong. Great work. Right as they're throwing to, right as they release that ball, knowing that Argentina is going to commit to that throw, not going to be able to take a dodge without giving up something on that throw, and getting under the blocker, tagging number 2, Lanza. Hong Kong, 5 on the court. Trying to close this one out and get that sixth or 7th one. Under the blocker again. 1 left for the side of Argentina.
Number 11 left in, Amira Neme for Argentina. She's pushing that line, and she takes out one of Hong Kong's players, leaving 4 left on the court for Hong Kong.
Okay. I think it's still on Hong Kong to throw, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay, there's the 6th ball. Hong Kong going to double team. Oh no, single throw. Nice pump fake. Caught me off guard. Oh.
Looks like it may have skimmed her arm. So, that point will go to Hong Kong, making the score 6-1.
Also, that looks to be Mariana Chumba. Looks like there's 2 number 11s on Argentina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, it does look like there's 2 number 11s on Argentina, so apologies if we've been saying the wrong name.
I feel like that's a forgivable mistake. Okay.
We'll have to figure out which one is which here, if we can see on the back of their jerseys.
Okay, 6-1. Hong Kong gets 2 off the rush there. Yeah, that's okay. There we go. Tagging 2. That's going to, free up some pressure on that left side. But I think Neil is the one that's left in that left corner. typically, is that a
Oh,
catch?
and it looked like that was a catch. Refs coming together. So what looked like happened, there was a snipe to the right corner on Hong Kong. She was stepping out because she thought she was out, but her teammate hit the ground and grabbed that ball while it was still in the air. So they're calling the catch is good, but she is still out because she stepped out of bounds. So like Bill said earlier, outside of these lines is lava. If a player steps off, even if your own player gets the catch later, you're still out, but the catch still counts. So they get to bring a different player back in if they had another player out.
Yeah, and also just shows the integrity of these players. The second they get hit, they start walking off. But it's one of those moments where you get hit, just got to peek at it first and see if it's catchable, or, because you might be able to grab it yourself. The number of times I've been hit and it's just been 2 feet over my head as I started walking off is more than I'd like to admit.
See, sometimes you'll hear a player say up or it's live because they were hoping one of their own teammates will be able to grab that out of there and save them from having to step off.
Also, the number of times my teammates have made miracle plays and I've stepped off, could have been that much better if I paid a little bit more attention. Refs coming together. Might be arguing whether or not she stepped off. In good faith, we'll see.
Yeah, it seems like they might be explaining the situation to the Hong Kong coach.
If we can get an update from the sideline, just confirm what the refs are talking about, so we can inform the people at home. That'd be great. In the meantime, the score is 6-1. Once again, we're at the 2019 Dodgeball World Championships live from Cancun, Mexico. For those just tuning in, we are live every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in Eastern Time, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And the other countries, I apologize, I keep needing to find out what time in England and Malaysia for those at home that are in those time zones. I promise I will have that soon. My bad.
Looks like games are close on the other courts. Argentina versus U.S. men's and Australia versus Mexico women's.
Oh, also shout out to the Australian drinking team, the supporter section for the Australians. They were up at 3 a.m. in their time to watch the morning matches, so props to them. They were they were up and about sending messages to Jake whenever we would say something wrong. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
From when I was on the world's drinking team last year, and that sounds about right.
Yeah, they're a very dedicated group.
We had jackets.
Yeah, it was. They were by far the loudest last year. This year, I think, with them being out of the picture, Argentina has been by far the loudest. But we've noticed that the way to get Argentina to not be the loudest is to have both of them play at the same time as they are right now, which is why the crowd isn't as rowdy as it usually is. They also had that same situation earlier today. They were playing in the courts next to each other, and they would constantly be cheering for each other when they were out. So, on the sideline, they'd just be staring through the nets at each other, and it was, yeah.
Looks like we're back at it now again. 4 left on the court for Hong Kong, 3 for Argentina.
Yeah. Let's see if, did that connect?
And it looked like number 5 did come back in, so I'm not sure what the refs decided on that call, but number 5 did come back in.
Okay. So, we'll see if we can get the sideline to confirm with us, what exactly it's called. Big catch! Is that, that's Anil, the veteran captain of this Argentina squad. Looks like they just need one more out to get their second point on the board. Okay, comes up a little short. Is that 47 seconds left in this first half?
Yes, it does look like that.
Okay, 6-2.
Argentina taking another game. They look pretty excited about that, and it's only the first half. Who knows how the second half can go? We've definitely seen games close a larger gap than this over the years.
Oh, absolutely. 4 games is nothing. I think Italy and Argentina last year played in the playoffs in the men's bracket. I think one of the teams was down by 7, and they came back to win the whole thing, so you're never out of it. Also, only 4 women's teams make it to the playoffs, so this match is huge. They are fighting for, their survival in this tournament come Saturday. So every game matters for that tiebreaker. Also, let's describe no block. We're getting down to 25 seconds. As we get to that 0-second mark, expect the balls to fly. At the beginning of no block, each team starts with 3 balls. So as we get to that 0, these teams will be taking shots they normally wouldn't take because they don't care about ball control. They're going to get those balls back anyway.
Nice catch by Argentina. Number 3.
Okay. Full side for Argentina. In the last seconds, gets a shot. Okay, 6 on the side of Argentina. 3 on the side of Hong Kong.
Argentina definitely with the advantage here as they're going into no blocking. So again, that is exactly what it sounds like. No blocking allowed. If they block, they are out. So it's all catches and hits from here. Yeah,
Rocio Quintillo with that catch. The end of full regulation time in that first half. Ooh, hit the ground first. Very close though. Nice counter. Staying alive. Great job by this Argentina team. Looks like that timeout earlier really paid dividends.
They're looking for these shots, though. They're pushing the line. They're pushing Hong Kong back right now. Looks like Argentina is running the pace of the game.
Yeah. Number 9, Cici Lai, doing a great job of putting a lot of pressure and staying alive at the same time in this no block. No ball to keep her alive, just all positioning. Woo. That was Anil once again taking that shot, coming up a little bit short, but veteran player putting a lot of pressure, not letting them get anything. Taking another shot, staying alive again.
And another catch by number 3 for Argentina. That's her second in about a minute.
I think she was a little excited by that. I love when players will, get that excitement and wear it on their sleeve a little bit. Okay. Same time, Quintillo doing a good job of taking her shots, but staying safe at the same time, making those secondary moves. You don't want to get tunnel vision and just watch her. Quintillo, big cross court.
And another one!
That was her match. That was her match, if you can't tell by her team storming her. I think she was responsible for 5 outs in that match.
Very exciting. Like we said, anything can still happen. There's still a whole 20 minutes left in the game, and Argentina just came back 2 games, winning 2 games in a row, bringing the score 6-3.
Yeah, this is well within fighting distance. I mean, 9 matches in this first half, coming back by 3, especially when you have the momentum like this. They're going to go back into the huddle, make some more adjustments. This Argentina squad is looking good. This is a first-time team against a veteran team. They're keeping it close. This is wonderful to see.
Yeah, they definitely seem like the kind of team that when they get a good momentum going, that just can continue to help flow through them and help with their play. They seem very excited right now, so I can see them coming out swinging here in the second half. Yeah,
we talked about it earlier, right? Getting that first win just takes the pressure off of you, kind of lightens your attitude, gives you that feeling, yeah, we can do this. And sure enough, 2 more right on the board after that. So, good work by this Argentinian team.
Looks like the men's U.S. and Argentina game, the first half has ended as well. We'll try to get those scores to you shortly. The Australia and Mexico women's game still have a couple minutes left in the first half. We'll try to get you those scores as well. Hello. So we still have a little bit of time here before the half. The second half begins here for the women's game, but very exciting game. This is the kind of dodgeball I like to see. Just exciting, good games. We're seeing some catches by some new players. This is what we love to see here at the world's level.
Yeah, especially when they get to wear that excitement on their sleeves. Really show they've been working hard for this, and coming out and showing results on the world stage, especially against this veteran team. Argentina's showing up. Hong Kong as well. I know the momentum's been on Argentina. We've been, giving them a lot of props in the second half of the first half, second quarter, as you'll call it. But I mean, Hong Kong still has 6 points on the board. They're showing a ton of pressure. They know this game well. Expect them to make adjustments as well and go into the second half, really nailing things down and making those same finer adjustments. And we'll see how the second half goes.
Yeah, definitely. Hong Kong is a very experienced team. They're very measured. They don't lose control very often. They don't necessarily take a lot of risks because they know their game. They know how they want to play each minute of each game. So it's just completely different styles of play that we're seeing from both sides here. Argentina's been taking a few more risks and it's been paying off the last couple games. So we'll see how it goes in the second half for both teams.
Yeah, Hong Kong's been doing a great job of baiting some throws out, getting themselves into dangerous positions, dangerous, but being able to play in those close quarters and come out alive. It's been super beneficial for them. It's really putting Argentina kind of on the back foot in those situations, not feeling confident to fully go up to that line, and they're coming out of it alive, getting that ball control on the Hong Kong side, giving them more opportunities. The more balls you have, the more chances you have of getting someone out. This Hong Kong team has been playing longer, hitting their shots a bit better, and I think we're going to swap over to the court now. Looks like we're about to get started again. The second half.
All right, the two teams have switched sides. 6-3.